We're being joined by Professor Michael Hofman, who is the Image of the Year recipient. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your image and what it represents?
Sure. So this is an image that really tells the story of 8 patients that were treated as part of a clinical trial in our centre. These were patients with very advanced metastatic prostate cancer who had really exhausted all conventional therapy. So they had had chemotherapy and second generation hormone therapy, and they were destined really just to go off to palliative care. And we treated them with a new therapy, lutetium PSMA 617, which is a form of theranostics where we use lutetium labelled to prostate-specific membrane antigen, and it's a novel way to target advanced prostate cancer. And what we saw was a lot of exceptional responses in this patient group. And this image encapsulates the 8 patients with the best responses, but within that image, really there's a story behind each patient.
Can you tell us a little bit about the research behind that image?
Yeah, so this is not a new target. PSMA is a target that many groups around the world have been working on a very long time. There's a lot of work out of the US and out of Heidelberg in Germany, preclinical, lots of scientists working on this, which has led to its adoption as both an imaging and a therapeutic modality. So we've really adopted the technology of others to enable a prospective clinical trial to happen.
And how did you generate that image?
Yeah, so it's a series of PET images using gallium-68 PSMA 11, and these are the maximum intensity projection images, and they give us a 3D overview of all the activity in the patient, and it's quite an intuitive image. A picture tells 1,000 words, and what we've done here, which is a little bit unique, is set an SUV threshold of 3, and any prostate cancer above that threshold we show in bright red, and allows us to quickly visualise that image, see where the prostate cancer extent is both before and after the treatment.
What do you see as the future of prostate cancer in, say, 10 to 20 years?
Sure. It's always hard to project 5 to 10 years or even further ahead. But in this domain, maybe we can start by looking back. Theranostics as a treatment is not new. We've been using radioactive iodine to treat metastatic thyroid cancer for over 75 years. And what we learnt from thyroid cancer is not to use it end of the line after you've failed everything, but in fact for thyroid cancer it's used as a first line therapy. So if patients have metastatic thyroid cancer, we give radioactive iodine as the first treatment, and we can cure patients, which is quite remarkable. And with PSMA at the moment, we're using it as an end of the line therapy. And I would like to see that brought forward, probably to a first line therapy. And it's quite possible that we just might be able to cure patients if we use it up front, first line, rather than last line.
What's next for your research?
So we finished this phase 2 trial, which was a 50 patient trial. That led to the Image of the Year, which is fantastic, and we're really honoured about that. Now we've actually started a randomised controlled trial of this therapy versus a type of chemotherapy called cabazitaxel. This is an Australian multi-centre trial running at 10 sites around Australia. It's been about 2 years in the making, and we started recruiting patients about 3 months ago, and we've already randomised over 20 patients into this study, and it's got a lot of generous support of others that I'd just like to take a moment to thank, but Endocyte that now own PSMA 617 and are moving forward with this, and also ANSTO in Australia, who make the lutetium 177 that's used to treat these patients, and a few philanthropic providers, the Prostate Cancer Foundation of Australia, the Australian and New Zealand urology groups, and Movember, that have put forward money to make this trial happen.
Professor Hofman, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations again on receiving the Image of the Year.
Thank you.